12.7 million children ages 2 through 19 are considered obese. This is 17% of today's children. Compared to 2003, these rates are lower. However, the work is still not done, and as a society, we need to eliminate the issue of childhood obesity altogether. The purpose of this speech is to inform the audience about childhood obesity. American society is becoming increasingly lazy and increasingly unhealthy, and thus childhood obesity is becoming an increasing problem. It is important that we all gain something from this speech by being informed about childhood obesity and how to prevent it. Childhood obesity is a serious disease that is completely preventable and curable. Today, I will discuss what childhood obesity is, the ways to prevent childhood obesity, and the different types of treatment for childhood obesity. Now, first, it is important to understand what exactly childhood obesity is. This is a condition in which an adolescent's body mass index is too high of a number in relation to their proportion sizes. Meaning, the body mass index, or BMI for short, is a number that calculates a person's amount of fat in the body by dividing a person's height in kilograms by their square height in meters. And if a person's BMI is 25 or higher, they are considered overweight. There are a few factors that contribute to childhood obesity. Race is always a main concern. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Asian youth have the lowest rates of obesity with just 8.6% in comparison to Hispanics, who have the highest rate with 22.4%, and Blacks, who have the second highest rate with 20.2% of children. Perhaps this is because of the cultural habits practiced within these races, and despite all sharing an American nationality, each of these racial groups have individual hereditary genes and habits from their native areas. Income is also a main issue regarding obesity. Without sufficient income, families cannot afford to provide healthy foods for their children. Thus, children are left eating unhealthy, less expensive, processed foods. Studies show that obesity is highest among families at or below the poverty threshold. Environment plays one of the biggest roles in childhood obesity because in urban areas, children are more likely to suffer from obesity because of the lack of parks, fields, walking trails, neighborhood gym, you name it, just any sort of exercise facility. As opposed to the suburban children who have frequent sidewalks, bike trails, and open space to exercise and thus have lower rates of obesity. Another interesting cause for obesity is the level of education of children's parents. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, households with parents who did not graduate from college are twice as likely to have children who are obese than those with parents who did graduate. Additionally, obesity can cause children to have health issues that could otherwise be avoided. Obesity can cause diabetes, heart difficulty, high cholesterol, and muscle and bone pains. These are serious, life-threatening issues that no child should ever have to face. Now, the main ways to prevent childhood obesity is to incorporate a healthy lifestyle at an early age. Eating nutritious food is a sure way to prevent this issue. Children do not necessarily need to be on a strict salad-only diet, but limiting the amount of sugar and fats eaten is very, very helpful. Just swapping out a soda for a juice or chips for an apple a few days out of the week can really make a difference. And it is important to limit portion sizes for children so that they are not overeating. Exercise and healthy activity is another way to prevent obesity. Children should grow up with habits of exercising and engaging in physical activity to keep their muscles strengthened and their body toned. This is not necessarily to fulfill society's standards of being skinny, but more so just to eliminate the excess fat on the body that can cause these health problems. And lastly, education is a key tool for prevention. Kids need to understand the importance of a healthy lifestyle. It is necessary for families, teachers, and community leaders to teach today's children how to be healthy and why they need to be healthy. If children can understand the importance of health for themselves, they will be more likely to take good care of their bodies. And finally, I will discuss the treatments for childhood obesity. There are various treatments for this disease. Surgery is the first one. This is a quick fix to remove the excess fat in the body. However, there are severe risks with this type of procedure, especially for young children. Number 2 would be medicine. According to MayoClinic.org, there's only one prescription weight loss drug available in the U.S. for children. This drug is called Oralist, and it prevents the absorption of fat in the body. And the risks for these drugs are unknown, and children would still need to incorporate a healthy lifestyle to keep the weight off. Third would be lifestyle changes. Again, it's all about healthy eating, limiting portion sizes, and getting exercise. Programs like First Lady Michelle Obama's Let's Move campaign takes the initiative to educate children about obesity and incorporate children's fitness programs in America. Very, very helpful tool. School systems are starting to change the food that they offer to children during school lunches, sometimes for breakfast and snacks. Again, it's all about what you eat, how often you eat it, how much of it you eat, and how often you're exercising to balance out what you're eating. In conclusion, childhood obesity is a disease in which children have an excess amount of fat in their body in comparison to their height and weight. Childhood obesity is caused by race, income, environment, and education, and can be prevented through diet, exercise, and education, and can be treated through surgery, exercise, and again, diet and education and medicine. Childhood obesity rates are declining, but this is not enough. As a society, we can push to really end childhood obesity in America for good. Thank you. This has been Dele Odumosu for SPCH250 with my informative